on the stage. When you climb up the stairs, you see the first marking, you stand there, bow to the head of the department, and then move towards the second marking, bow to the chief guest, all the guests on the dais, and then receive the degree from the director. And as you receive your degree, kindly remember to make a respectful namaste or a slight bow. If you notice any error on your degree certificate, or if you have inadvertently received a wrong certificate, do not be concerned. Kindly wait until the ceremony has concluded and then contact Mrs. Sunita from the academic office, who will be happy to assist you. We request all graduates and guests to remain seated until the national anthem has been played and the academic procession has formally exited the convocation hall. To help preserve the ambience of today's ceremony, we kindly request everyone not to disturb the stage decorations until the program has concluded. Photography and videography near the stage may be undertaken only after the ceremony is over. We appreciate your cooperation in helping us maintain the dignity and smooth contact of this memorable occasion. Thank you for your attention. We wish all our graduates and their family a memorable convocation ceremony. The attendance is currently being taken, so please come to your seats.
Hello.
We kindly request all graduates and guests who are yet to be seated to please take your designated seats. The convocation ceremony will commence shortly. May we request everyone to ensure that the mobile phones are switched to silent mode. A very warm welcome to the guest attending the 10th Convocation ceremony of IIIT Sri City.
God bless.
Hello.
We request all graduates who are yet to be seated to please take their designated seats.
Hi, I'm Dominic, and I completed my degree in computer science. My roles at college were I was the president of student development. Student development council basically ensures all the activities and also is responsible for all the activities which are connected to seniors, freshers, and also Krishna or technical consultants, and also main technical consultants. So I was the head of all these things. And apart from this, I overtook many responsibilities and I was a communication bridge between students and professors. So my experience at the IIIT was pretty amazing. All the faculties, the academics, all the everything, the curriculum, everything was there. And now currently I work at Amazon as an SDM full time. Apart from this, my experience at college, conducting the observer and also heading the observer, all the managing all the teams, securing sponsorships, reaching out to marketing, and also apart from marketing, handling all the designs and also all the state related activities were very for the opportunities.
Once again, a very warm welcome to the 10th Convocation ceremony of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sri City. I would like your kind attention for a few important announcements. Please take your allotted seats and remain in your designated seats throughout the ceremony. Kindly do not change your seats at any time. After receiving your degree, please return to your seat and remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. When your name is announced, please enter from your left side and exit from your right side. As you enter the stage, you will find markings that are placed on the stage. The first marking is close to the stairs. So when you reach the first marking, bow to the head of the department. And as you move to the second marking, bow to the guest at the stage and walk towards the director to receive your degrees. As you receive the degree, we request you to greet the dignitaries with a respectful namaste or a slight bow. If you notice any error in the degree certificate, or if you have inadvertently received a wrong certificate, please do not be concerned. Kindly wait until the ceremony has concluded and then contact Mrs. Sunita from the academic office, who will be happy to assist you. We request all graduates and guests to remain seated until the national anthem has been played and the academic procession has formally exited the convocation hall. To help preserve the ambience of today's ceremony, we kindly request everyone not to disturb the stage decorations until the program has concluded. Photography and videography near the stage may be undertaken only after the ceremony is over. We appreciate your cooperation in helping us maintain the dignity and smooth conduct of the memorable occasion. Thank you so much for your attention. We wish all our graduates and their families a memorable convocation ceremony. Congratulations once again to the graduating class of 2026. Thank you. The academic procession will enter the convocation hall shortly. So we request everyone to kindly remain seated until you are requested to rise for the arrival of the academic procession. The convocation ceremony will commence shortly. So we request everyone to ensure that their mobile phones are switched to silent mode and that you are seated in your designated seats. We welcome all the guests who have come here to be the part of the convocation ceremony. The chief guest of today's ceremony has arrived and we'll be starting the program very shortly.
ऋतञ्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च सत्यं च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च तपश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च दमश्च
May I request everyone to please continue standing for the academic procession.
स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च शमश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च अग्नयश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च अग्निहोत्रं च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च अतिथयश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च मानुषं च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च प्रजा च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च प्रजनश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च प्रजातिश्च स्वाध्यायप्रवचने च सत्यमिति सत्यवचाराधीतरः तप इति तपो नित्यः पौरुषिष्टिः स्वाध्यायप्रवचने एवेति नाको मौद्गल्यः तद्धि तपस्तद्धि तपः अहं वृक्षस्य रेरिव कीर्तिः पृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीव स्वमृतमस्मि द्रविणगं सवर्चसम् सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः इति त्रिशङ्कार्वेदानुवचनम् वेदमनोच्याचार्यों ते वासिनमनुषास्ति सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमा.
Please continue to remain standing for the national song.
ऋतं च स्व
Thank you. Please be seated. May I now request Professor Ramesh Venkateshwaran, Chairperson, Board of Governors, IIIT Sri City, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Professor S.R. Mahadeva Prasanna, Director, IIIT Sri City, to present the Institute report for the academic year 2025-2026.
Dear all, I extend a warm welcome to the Chief Guest, Mrs. Suchitra Yalla, Managing Director of Bharat Biotech Limited, Chairperson, and the members of the Board of Governors, members of the Senate, members of the Building and Works Committee, distinguished invitees, deans, group heads, faculty members, staff, and most importantly, our dear graduating students and their proud parents. I welcome you all to this momentous 10th batch convocation ceremony of IIIT Sri City. We are deeply honored to have Padma Bhushan awardee Mrs. Suchitra Yalla with us for this landmark convocation ceremony. In this convocation, we are graduating 328 students. Of these, 10 are PhD scholars and 318 undergraduate students, 248 students from computer science and engineering, and 70 students from electronics and communication engineering. Out of the BTech students, 31 students are graduating with research honors, 15 with specialization in AI and ML, cyber security or data science, and 4 students are graduating with both honors and specialization. Academic year 25-26 was a watershed year during which we fine-tuned our academic programs to support undergraduate research and skill development. Starting this academic year, we encourage students to take up BTech or research honors projects as early as second year. This initiative led to 66 third year and 89 second year undergraduate students enrolling in the honors program, a massive increase compared to 34, 18 and 15 honors students over the preceding 3 years. To further support our honors students, the institute provides rupees 10,000 in assistance and has earmarked an additional 50,000 for every published article in a top-tier global venue. Furthermore, to foster thriving research ecosystem, we transitioned to a year-round rolling admission process for MS and PhD programs. This ensured a steady flow of high-quality applications throughout the year. Consequently, we admitted 6 MS and 18 PhD students last academic year, marking our highest annual intake to date. Notably, for the first time, we secured funding from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology under the Vishwesvaraya PhD scheme for 2 full-time PhDs, 1 part-time student and 1 postdoctoral researcher. Over the last 12 months, we also introduced several new technical and professional courses designed to boost employability and entrepreneurship. These include molecular communication, ethics for daily life, AI and visual culture, and design thinking, theory and practice. Over the next year, the Institute plans to establish a dedicated group focusing on design, innovation and entrepreneurship. Our gold medalists this year are Mr. Bishwajit Sahu and Mr. Mantri Warren Rakesh. Hearty congratulations to both of them. The Institute has 18 active student clubs spanning technical, cultural, literary, sports and social domains, each guided by dedicated faculty members. Throughout the academic year 25-26, these clubs organized wide-ranging workshops, competitions, cultural programs, outreach initiatives and recreational activities that fostered innovation, leadership and teamwork among our students. A major highlight of the year was Abhisarga 2026, our annual techno-cultural festival, which attracted nearly 3,000 participants and visitors. The festival featured an exciting blend of technical competitions, cultural performances, exhibitions, and workshops. The Intercollegiate Hackathon, a flagship event of the festival, witnessed participation from around 400 students across the region, providing a vibrant platform for collaboration and knowledge exchange. We organized 3 flagship national level hackathons, Agentica 2.0, Cosmics, and Ideaverse during Abhisarga 2026. Upon organizing the events in collaboration with leading industry partners, they provided participants with a direct mentorship and real-world exposure. The success of Abhisarga reflects the exceptional leadership, planning, and organization capabilities of our student body. Another landmark achievement was the launch of Udbhav, the Inter-IIIT Hackathon, the first national level hackathon exclusively for the Indian Institute of Information Technologies network. Conceived and hosted by IIIT Sri City, the event brought together talented students from IIITs across the country to collaborate on innovative solutions to real-world challenges. Udbhav has set a new benchmark for inter-IIIT collaboration, strengthening the spirit of innovation within the IIIT ecosystem. During this period, our faculty, students, and their collaborators published 34 journal papers in highly reputed international journals across the fields of geoscience, space science, remote sensing, energy, computational biology, machine learning, computing, IoT, and applied physics. In addition, our researchers presented their work at over 45 prestigious national and international conferences, including 6 top-tier global venues. They also edited 2 books and authored 11 book chapters. Furthermore, 3 Indian patents were filed, reflecting our continued commitment to translation-ready innovation. The Institute actively pursued a diverse portfolio of sponsored research, consultancy, and industry collaborations funded by key national and international agencies, including the DAD and the Research Council of Norway. These projects address cutting-edge challenges in geospatial intelligence, environmental sensing, AI-driven data modeling, autonomous systems, human-centered assistive technologies, and next-generation computing infrastructure. Individual achievements this year have been exemplary. Dr. Priyanka Dwivedi, Associate Professor, has been selected for the prestigious INE Engineer Award 2026 in the Electronics and Communication category. Ms. Surya Suresh, a PhD scholar mentored by Dr. Arun PV, received both a NASA Travel Fellowship and an IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society Travel Grant to present her research at premier international conferences. In undergraduate research, Dr. Himanshu Sharma's HCI lab established research collaboration with 2 German universities, resulting in 3 A-star conferences at top venues such as ISMAR and CHI, while also securing summer internship for our students in Germany. Dr. Bhima Palavar and his honors students published a paper at MICAI, a prestigious A-ranked international conference. Undergraduate students mentored by Dr. Anushree Bablani secured the 3rd prize in the National DRDO Dare to Dream 5.0 competition for their project on brain-computer interface for deciphering intention. A student team mentored by Professor Rishikesh Venkatraman won the 1st prize in the submarine robotics competition organized by the National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai in June 2026. These milestones reflect the Institute's growing research prowess, international visibility, and our commitment to active undergraduate participation in high-impact research. The Design Innovation Center continued to promote design thinking, innovation, and entrepreneurship across campus. We introduced a dedicated course on design thinking and innovation to foster creative, user-centric product development. The center organized 2 workshops, one in September 2025 to help faculty integrate design thinking methodologies into their teaching, and another in December 2025 to nurture student entrepreneurship and help commercialize promising ideas. Additionally, the Design Innovation Center funded project development in smart infrastructure and resource management, digital health and mobile computing, and 3D object perception. The center also mentored 5 student-led prototype designs, including an ECG companion suit, a low-cost underwater vehicle, and autonomous rovers. An Ideathon organized with Ratan Tata Innovation Hub (RTIH) attracted 26 teams and 86 participants, providing incubation and mentoring opportunities. The Research Expo during Abhisarga showcased projects and research outcomes from over 60 participants across various disciplines. A targeted session titled From Idea to Patent engaged 50 students promoting intellectual property protection. Under the Catalyst initiative with IIT Bombay, 100 students participated in a startup pitching competition. The Utkrishta Sales Challenge organized with Eco Mall involved 60 participants, while the Stock Grow virtual trading competition attracted 130 participants managing 10 lakh in virtual capital to boost financial literacy. Furthermore, our technology business incubator, the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development at IIIT Sri City CIDEI, continued its active operations. We financially supported 3 startups, Grips AI solutions for electric vehicle, Pivaga, esports analytics, SensorSync, IoT enabled road safety. Notably, SensorSync has filed 2 patents and developed a proof of concept for a road quality based dynamic routing mechanism, which is now available in the Google Play Store as a Sync Ride app. We also funded 5 entrepreneurship in residence working on solutions in digital health, edtech, operations, automation, sustainable energy and transportation. This year also marked the successful completion of the projects and funded under the MeitY's Tide 2.0 scheme. To streamline R&D activities, we have refined our policies and administrative process for a greater ease of operations. Most importantly, we have launched a new initiative backed by a seed budget of 1 crore to support large-scale multidisciplinary institutional research through interdisciplinary groups. This year, out of 289 students who registered for the placement, 234 of the 254 eligible candidates have successfully been placed. Recruiters included leading global companies such as MotorQ, IBM, NVIDIA and Amazon. The highest package offered was 1.2 crore by MotorQ, while the overall average package stands at 17.82 lakh. Notably, nearly 200 of these students secured their full-time offers to celebrate our students' achievement. All graduates the very best in their careers and lives ahead. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for presenting the Institute report. It's my privilege to introduce Professor Ramesh Venkateshwaran, Chairperson of the Board of Governors of IIIT Sri City and Chairman of the Board of Governors of IIT Palakkad. A distinguished management professional and educator, Professor Venkateshwaran is a mechanical engineer graduate from IIT Bombay and a gold medalist from IIM Bangalore. He was honored with the Distinguished Alumnus Award by IIM Bangalore and serves as an adjunct faculty in marketing at IIM Bangalore and IIM Udaipur. Over a distinguished career spanning academia, industry and management consulting, he has held several leadership positions, including Director of SDM Institute for Management Development, Chairman of the Customer Service Excellence Foundation, and Independent Director of Patni Computer Systems Limited. He is also the founder member and Chairman of Vishwas, a non-profit organization providing free and confidential emotional support and counseling. A keen sportsman, Professor Venkateshwaran has represented his state at the National Badminton Championships. We are honored to have Professor Ramesh Venkateshwaran with us. May I now request Professor Ramesh Venkateshwaran to kindly deliver the chairperson's address.
Morning. Our distinguished chief guest for this morning, Padma Bhushan Srimati Suchitra Ella, my colleagues on the Board of Governors, graduating students and the parents and families of the graduating students, all other students of IIIT Sri City, the IIT Sri City team, and our distinguished guests and well-wishers. It's my privilege to welcome all of you to the 10th convocation of our institute. First things first, my congratulations to all the graduates and the parents and their families on this momentous day. A day of pride, and I'm sure a day of great relief for both the students and their families. I wish you all a great future as you step into the next important chapter of your life. To all the parents who are assembled here and who may not be here, I am sure your shoulders are lighter and the days brighter with one significant responsibility as a parent fulfilled. You want me to use this? Not audible there? Okay. Is this better? No? No. Is it better? Just put up your hands, is this better? Okay. Yep. Students are used to putting up their hands for something or the other, so I thank you for that. For you graduating students, advice is not something that your generation really needs or wants, and we've seen this in recent times. We know you are a generation in a hurry, I know certainly. You are a generation that knows a lot more than what we knew at your age. So advice is something which is avoidable. But having said that, let me risk sharing some thoughts with you, which I have gathered over the last 40, 50 years, and which has given me the gray hair that I have. There has been a huge change from the time I studied and passed out from my graduation in IIT Bombay 53 years ago. But what I see today, which has been there earlier, but which is very evident, is over the years the government is investing heavily into education to ensure that the best of opportunities are available to large numbers of youth in this country. Each one of you can see the kind of resources that we have been fortunate to have at our disposal. When I look around and see the new campuses, whether it is the IIT, the IIIT, or the IIMs, or the AIMS, or any of the private institutions, you see the kind of campuses that we have. In fact, every time I enter one of these campuses, I wonder whether you're all in a holiday resort or in an institution of learning. And that's the kind of facilities that all of you have. You are indeed extremely fortunate as students, both graduating and those who are going to be part of the system. You're fortunate to be part of an institution like the Sri City ecosystem. The Sri City township itself, I think, would rate as amongst the best, not just in our country, but anywhere in the world. And we are extremely fortunate to have two of the founders of this amazing township, the promoters of this township, as members of our Board of Governors. I don't think we can get luckier. Today is an important day for all of you here. Each one of you is moving out of this campus after working on a lot of dreams, aspirations and hopes that you had 4 or 5 or 6 years ago when you came to this institute. But you're transitioning into an extremely different world and a different kind of environment. I know most people think college is the end of all our problems. I think college is only the beginning of a next set of problems or challenges and opportunities. You go from a student to a non-student life. You go from an exam target-oriented life to a life of different targets, various other targets. You go from being a student monitored by somebody to an adult who has to monitor people. You go from dependence to independence. And most importantly, and I think this is what all of us need to remember, you go from a life of taking to a life of giving. All along, as students, we've been absorbing from parents, from society, from teachers. We've been listening. It's now time to give back. All of us sitting in this lovely setting, remember, we are the privileged, minuscule few in this country. Given what we have got, we have a responsibility to pay back to this country and to the society that gave us this opportunity in the first place. So I always believe that the only question we need to ask is, what impact have I made to pay back for all that I have given? Have I left the place better than how I found it? I don't think there's any other test that I personally have as a part of my yardstick of measurement. Have I made any difference to society at large? So the rest of our life will be of giving, and there are a lot of opportunities. Our chief guest this morning, Mrs. Srimati Suchitra Ella, and all our faculty sitting on the dais in this hall are members of the board. Mr. Srini Raju is here definitely, and each one of them. This, for me, is the only lesson you need to take back from the dais. Is the lesson, the classroom for me. Each of these people sitting over here would have been in demand anywhere in the world. They would have done exceedingly well anywhere in the world. They would have achieved distinction, awards, rewards, and most certainly excellent bank balances. Yet for whatever reason, each one of them chose to stay in India or come back to India. And I think this is the lesson I would take back from here. Because these are the people who have come to make this place a better place to live in. These are the people who have given us the opportunity to grow. And for anyone who thinks this is not a place of opportunity, all you need to look at is the dais, your faculty, your colleagues, and the lovely industrial area that you're sitting in Sri City. You are all professionally qualified, so there is no way you cannot do well in your job. It will happen. You will make your money, which is not a bad thing in itself. Make your money, get a healthy bank balance, own your household durables, your cars, your houses, luxuries, do all of that. There is nothing wrong in wanting all of that. But having said that, we also have a responsibility to the very society and system that helped us get there. And that, I think, is very important. This is something I would urge all of you to be sensitive all your lives. I hope this institute has imbibed these values in you that you will pass on not just to others, but to people who haven't gone through these institutes. There is enough evidence, and I see it everywhere, that it's not about where you go to study, but who you are as a person that ultimately matters in your life. These are some of my thoughts to all of you graduating. Travel far and wide, see the world. It's absolutely essential to see the world, because only then we will know what is world class. And only then will we know what are the boundaries of achievement and contribution. We cannot be a frog in a well and think that we are doing exceedingly well. No, we are in a world which is borderless. The last 10 years has shown that the world is borderless. Wars are not fought on battlefields any longer. And they're fought on the economic front and the geopolitical front. So only if you travel and look around will you know how fortunate we are to have so much that others in the world do not have. Forget about India, world do not have. And therefore, what can I do? What can we do to make this country, the world, a better place to live in? It is people like you who will come back as alumni, come back after seeing the world, who can and should tell us in the institute what we need to do and what we should be doing to make sure that the future generations are better off than we are. This is your home. Keep in touch, keep coming back, and you all have great opportunities to build this country and contribute to your alma mater. In conclusion, once again, Mrs. Suchitra Ella, thank you very much for being with us today. I hope in the course of the years we will see many more Suchitra Ellas from our institute coming and building industries and developing their country. My thanks to the Ministry of Education, the Government of Andhra Pradesh who have supported us at all times. My gratitude to my colleagues on the Board of Governors for their support and understanding and who have been available to the institute at all time. Sri Srini Raju, who is sitting over here, to you and to Dr. Ravi Sanna Reddy, especially, not only co-founders and promoters and members of the board. I know how much your presence has helped build this institute and help us overcome a lot of obstacles and roadblocks that we might face. You've gone an extra mile in helping and supporting the administration, and this has to be acknowledged. I think we all need to give a special thanks to our director, Professor Prasanna, Dr. Prasanna. You know, he has been pushing himself a lot to guide this institute despite his other substantial responsibilities. I've always seen you cheerful and smiling despite all the pressures that you have and all of your colleagues. So I think he needs a special mention. Our faculty team, when I look at the resumes of all the people and the kind of work they're doing, it humbles me. We have some of the brightest minds in our country, and we are fortunate to be with them. The faculty is young, the faculty is energetic, and they're absolutely brilliant. This is our good fortune. My thanks to our faculty, the staff, the Sri City team, the vendors, and every single person who has helped and keeps helping us make this campus great. My thanks to the passing out batch of the Sri City. Remember, this is always a home for you. We will like to see you as young leaders, as collaborators, as contributors, as managers, and together we will build not just a better Sri City, but I hope a better country. For other batches who are listening and who may listen to this convocation, you take over the baton from the passing out batch. I have been a part of early batches of both the IIT and IIM, and I know what happens to people like us, 40, 50, you must be hearing it from your parents. I say this certainly. I can say with reasonable certainty that a few years from now, when IIT Sri City is on the list of the top institutes of the country, you can all take pride and claim that you had a hand and a role to make it great. So thank you very much, all the very best, and God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Shall I introduce the welcome? It is my formal welcome to Mrs. and Srimati Suchitra Ella. In today's world, to be honest with you, an introduction really is meaningless because you go to a Wikipedia or a website and you get all the data that you want. So I am not going to, I don't really like to introduce anybody in a formal what is available. But I think a chief guest like Srimati Suchitra is living evidence of what we need in this country and what is possible in this country. And I think it doesn't matter whether you had a degree or whether you were X or Y or Z. It really doesn't matter. But here again is a lady who spent years abroad, came back to India, disrupted the market, disrupted the industry as a co-founder of Bharat Biotech. And I think this is what we all need to understand. People say, there are so many roadblocks, there are so many issues, there are so many problems. Somebody has said that if I were a woman, I would never have made it big in India. And I think there are enough ladies who have broken the ceiling and who are living evidence. So for each one of you, I don't think it matters what degree Srimati Ella did. It really does. Where there is a will, there is a way. And here is a company which has broken barriers, which made international news by developing the first indigenously developed COVID vaccine at a time when the world was struggling. And, they just did it right. It's almost like it was part of their day's work. And that's what is creditable and remarkable and amazing. There was no fanfare, there was no trumpeting, there was no nothing. And I think this is the lesson I would take, and this is what I would introduce. Do we have the humility, the passion, and the arrogance to break barriers and build something? So today, Bharat Biotech, where, she's not just a Padma Bhushan awardee of 2022, but under her leadership as the co-founder and managing director of Bharat Biotech, they've done some remarkable work in the area of vaccines and the area of healthcare, I would say. And today, they have supplied more than 9 billion vaccine doses to over 125 countries. And more important from what I see, the amount of work they're doing in social cause, in social service. A huge amount of them. So when I saw her resume, for me, that was all of interest. What kind of work she's doing in the social space, VP of CII, and so on and so forth. So I can go on and on, but let me stop here. Madam, thank you very much for being with us this morning. A pleasure, and I hope you will share your thoughts with the audience over here. Thank you once again. Welcome.
I'll take this. I was making sure. Am I audible to everyone? Good. I can hear myself, so, but I wanted, a loud say, yes from all of you. You know what? I would like to say Vande Mataram first. Namaskaram, Namaskaramulu, Vanakkam, and Namaskar. I'm extremely honored and privileged to be here standing in front of the graduating class of 2026, and that too in Sri City, which is very familiar to us, not just because of your founder sitting here today as well, and your other founder called me last evening, Ravi Sana Reddy Garu, and he said that he couldn't join us this morning. But these are, individuals who have, they're trailblazers. They have they've opened up minds and the vision of creating institutions, be it in business or in education. I'm very happy to be here. To the chairman, honorable chairman, chairperson, the board of governors, the directors and the members of the faculty who are all assembled on the dais with me, to the staff who have been nurturing this institution, to the distinguished guests, most importantly, to the proud parents and the families, and of course without whom the class of 2026, the students who are here today. I think it's because of you that we are all here in front of you, at least sharing this momentous occasion with all of you. I think a huge round of applause for the parents, for the families, and for the class of 2026. I think that's just phenomenal that this achievement has come about in your life's journey. Maybe the tip of the iceberg, if I would call it. I can see myself back in those days, 3 decades ago or more, not having such fancy air-conditioned environments. Would have been in one of our universities or in our colleges, but nevertheless, these are pride moments that we carry forward for the rest of our lives. And I'm sure each one of us, irrespective of where we are seated, will have this etched in our memories for life. This doesn't go away. It's remarkable that this is the 10th convocation too that I'm proud to be a part of. This is not my first visit to Sri City. For those of you who think that I've been imported from somewhere, no. I have been called to Sri City, to the Kriya University, and I was honored by an honorary doctorate. I think it was 3 years ago. So I'm very familiar with this campus, and I also come from the neighboring state of Tamil Nadu. So I know how close the borders were, literally seamless for us, because these districts were all neighboring, and we've had such close connectivity in this part of the country, in the region as well. The 10th batch is very something. It says all about an institution. There is something beautiful about the number 10 itself, because in my mind, it's perfection. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what comes to my mind always. It's not just today that I'm saying this in front of you. I have a prepared speech, but I have the notoriety of drifting away from my prepared speech and speaking what comes from my heart. In most of the occasions and events that I have attended and I've been a part of, because I think that's where we emote from within. and not from elsewhere. So I think I would sometimes take off from my prepared speech, but I would stick to the broad agenda of it. 10 also marks a huge milestone in the institution itself, in the life cycle of an institution. The first decade of institution building is something very, it's a rickety road. It's not well graveled and it's not a smooth tarmac to take off. And being in businesses, first generation, I know Srini Rajagaru and ourselves, we've all traveled the same, the boat many a times, and we know we have slipped, fallen, shaken, turbulent, times, but we always would, brush it away and stand up and, walk again with conviction and determination to take us forward. So I think this decade of dreams, learning, friendship, experiments, sleepless nights, of course, with some stress, right, about the assignments and the exams that would be coming around the corner. And also the celebrations after the results and the countless moments that have shaped your presence and your time in this institution will be etched in your memories. It also marks the beginning of your own next chapters that you will all move on to create and etch further in life. To all of you graduating today, this is a moment. Please enjoy it. Please relish it. Pause. Let it sink in. Soak it in, I would say, rather. Just let it soak in. Feel that moment of, no, it's just not a moment. I know it's long years of schooling and then college, and this is hard work behind it as well. But I'm sure you were all extremely happy pursuing these disciplines of engineering. And I'm sure it's a great moment of pride for each and every one of you graduating today. So relish it. Be in the moment and, enjoy it as much as you can with your parents and with your families, of course, and with your faculty who have brought you this far. When I look at you, I was also just thinking of myself a little bit. I felt maybe 10 years younger. See, the magic of the word 10 is such that probably it has knocked off 10 years in my biological age. I feel that energetic and more, I feel more connected. Probably I just feel that I'm back into my growing years of education and being a young professional back in the 90s. But it's something very, very unique. This number 10 has that magic. So just be extremely, cognizant of it. Be extremely cognizant of it. Don't forget 10. It's going to be with you for forever. Like every student, I would believe that education would open doors. Over time, I realized that education does something even more valuable. It opens our minds. It teaches us how to think, how to learn, and how to keep learning. I think that's what the real essence of education is all about. It's not about exams, it's not about mark sheets, it's not about, sometimes I don't get too carried away by the grades. I've told this to my children as well, so don't think that I'm trying to come and say something on the stage because I happen to be standing here in front of you. I have raised 2 children myself. Both of them have graduated to become medical students, and I've always told them that just be absorbent, adapt, adopt, absorb like a sponge. That's what learning is all about. Don't worry about the marks, or sometimes don't get too worried about it. I would say that life is just not about the mark sheet. Yes, the mark sheet does play a role, but beyond that, don't bother about it too much. Don't let it disturb you. I think that's the real soul and the energy that we need to bring to wherever we are. The mark sheets are good. We know that we have done it well. We have proven ourselves by merit, which is extremely important. But at the same time, Sometimes don't let it play with us. You know, that's more important. Our life, our emotional well-being, our health, our families' hopes, the trust, the future of this nation depends on each one of you sitting here. It doesn't matter whether you live in India or you choose to go away somewhere else. It doesn't matter. But you will contribute. You will be subconsciously connected to, you know, to India, to being back in India, to your families, to your friends, to the ecosystem of your teachers, your institutions. I'm sure the visits will happen. That's a part of the routine thing that will happen. I've been through that as well, so I'm saying this out of experience again and not from a textbook. I've lived in the United States for 15 long years before choosing to come back to India. So this was a decision that we made consciously. It was not forced upon us. So this is why I say that relish the moment wherever you are. It doesn't matter. Contribute back to the system that you belong to. I think that will take care of us. Wherever you are, that will just take care of you. So don't worry about too many things, doing too many things and trying to be, you know, taking on, you know, all kinds of additional. Don't take it as a burden. Just be passionate about it. Enjoy what you're doing. Go to work with a lovely smiling face. Be in the moment, be in the ecosystem. Learn from your superiors. It's extremely important. Sometimes what we can learn in the textbook, through the textbook, is completely different to what we can learn from the real-time experiences from our superiors and with our colleagues in our working environments. So learn from the systems that we are all can be a part of. I think it's great opportunities to learn and to continue to learn. At every stage, life becomes a classroom filled with practical experiences. As a student, we learn from books and from our professors and our teachers. When we pursue higher education, we learn from knowledge and from experiences. When we become, we are better to, you know, we need to be asking questions. Sometimes in India, I find this really difficult to understand. We think maybe we don't ask questions. We don't ask enough questions. At home also, good questions, positive questions. It can't be the other way around. It has to be positive, reinforcing questions. Clarity, you know, so that it brings clarity, it brings conviction, and it teaches us from others' experiences. Sometimes it's not possible to know everything ourselves. So it's always good to be asking questions, the right kind of questions to the right kind of people. And especially when we are in an ecosystem of education, knowledge, wisdom, intellectual energy that is out there, I think it's extremely important that we make use of that time frame. We don't get it back again. Believe me, we will not get these beautiful years of being in campuses. Some of you may go and go into higher education. You may go on to bigger campuses and campuses all over the world or in India. It doesn't matter. But ask questions. Be curious. Try to learn more, even through your own way of asking and learning and spending time with with people who have brought disruptions. I think that is something very important for us. Thinking out of the box is today a line which we all use, but we need to practice it. We need not read it from a textbook, but we need to practice it in our day-to-day life, and in our work and in our homes and in our entire system that we belong to. As an entrepreneur, as an employee, I was an employee before becoming an entrepreneur. I just want to speak my life experiences to you. I'm not taking this out of a book, or I did not have ChatGPT or AI help me. I know that the experts are here from the digital world, but I don't ask AI for certain things. I prefer to use my own words, my own emotions, my own free mind to think and to speak about what I believe in is something which is which is core to us. So when I was an employee before becoming an entrepreneur, I would instantly be listening to people. I was a first generation entrepreneur. So you can imagine how did she have the guts just by thinking out of the box. I said, I want to go back to India. That was enough to become an entrepreneur. You know, that's just that little seed that has to be sown in our minds. We have to be open about it. We have to be, you know, we must have that strong conviction that we can do it, we will do it. You know, it doesn't matter. There will be failures, there will be challenges always in life. Don't think that it is just happening in the university and with the, you know, in the colleges and in the institutions. No, it won't. It will be there. Challenges are a part of life. For us to overcome those challenges in the best way, in the most comfortable and simple way is the way to, you know, pass through just this journey of life and to contribute back to society. I think that's an important takeaway that all of us must remember through this journey. Whenever it stops, I mean, till there is no retirement for us mentally sometimes. We may retire biologically due to age from certain institutions and certain positions that we may hold, but the mind is free and there is no age bar for that. So we can continue to contribute to society, to humanity, and I think that will stay forever. So when we, when I learned to, when I wanted to go through certain times as an entrepreneur, I learned that success alone is not important. That it's only challenges and entrepreneurship go hand in hand. So there is nothing called success in an entrepreneur's mind. It's sustainability. I think that's the only word that comes to my mind, which goes to show that we can sustain this journey and take others along with us, because we are not alone. When we become entrepreneurs or employees, we are in a team. We don't do things by ourselves. We think by ourselves, but when we have to play, we play together. It's a team sport, if you would call it. So there's nothing different, there's nothing other than that, because we are teams of 10, 20, 100,000 or more than that as well. So we are always working in teams and at different responsibilities and at different levels. So please be in that bent of mind. At every stage, I would learn that whatever we achieve has a meaning only when we contribute to make the lives of others better. There's nothing, yes, sometimes we say it's all me, I, mine, so on and so forth. But I think we should stop it after a point of time. I don't know when that cutoff would come for each one of us. It's different. So there is no such guideline for that. But I think when it comes, adapt to it. That's all. Life is nothing but a journey of adaptation and learning as we go through that journey. So whatever we do, let it be meaningful, whether it is to ourselves, to our families, to our institutions, to our mentors, to our guides, to our employers, to the organizations that we work and we represent, or the countries that we represent now globally, that we have become so globally small. When I was coming into Sri City again, every time I come, I notice the additional number of names that keep coming on the, you know, the organizational names that come, flash on the gate or on the buildings as such. So every time I come, I see more and more global companies coming into India, into the investment ecosystem of India, and working with this in this country to enable not only their knowledge and processes, but also to create products and thereby also bring employment and growth and development to this country. Of course, we have the largest market, one of the largest markets, so it's something, it goes hand in hand. But certainly when we see the global corporations partnering with us, earlier on we were borrowing technology from maybe some of them, but those days are slowly changing now. We have crossed that threshold. We are now creating technologies. We are partnering with technological organizations. Our knowledge and skill set has gone up notches. Since 30 years ago when I started and 30 years later now, I can tell you that any multinational corporation coming into India does not hesitate to come and walk into our campuses, however small we are. It doesn't matter, because in the scale of the global order, we are very small sometimes. But they value, what they value is the knowledge, the wisdom, the skill set, the intellectual capabilities that we can contribute back into that, whatever that is, that project or the idea or the proposal or the factory that needs to be put up, whatever it is. Please understand that. So that's very important. Today the times have changed. So that kind of, the partnerships that you hear in business and trade is something very important, which we never heard of. I think Sriniraju Garu is a testament for having started enterprises late in the 80s, if I should say that, even prior to my coming back into India. Krishna and I moved in 1996, but I think he was there before us. Dr. Anji Reddy comes to my mind. So many stalwarts who have done things crazily different. I think that is the way the power of imagination is such that we just need to believe and have the conviction and just go and do it. That's the kind of spirit that we need to have. When 30, 40 years ago, this was not true. People hesitated to come to India. We were not a liberalized economy. We were still a kind of a closed door. Maybe we had some exports here and there, but nothing much. We had a brand name of being copy masters. All that has changed in the pharma industry, in the life sciences industry. They call us copycats, but we didn't bother about it, because we thought that it was essential to not to keep borrowing technologies or copying technologies or even buying the technologies, because you can buy technologies, right? All you need to do is write them a check for whatever that is, and the technology will come to you. So that also happens in R&D partnerships and collaborations between organizations and countries. But in addition to that, creating technologies, innovation, bringing about cost disruptions, I think that is important, because ours is not a small country. The demographics are mind-boggling. For us, when we had to do the COVID vaccine, I'm telling you, we were all shivering in terms of not because of the technology. The technology was something that we could just mull over it overnight. The vaccine was made in 45 days flat. Can you imagine a vaccine being made in 45 days? Yes, we did it in India. We can do it in India. We should do it. It's just not one Bharat Biotech that is required. We need 100 other Bharat Inc. to do it. I think that's the spirit in which we need to go forward. So when we had to do this, we were thinking, oh my God, this is a pandemic. We make vaccines for children. Every year we make, I think, close to about 100 million doses of about, say, 15 or 18 different vaccines that are given to the children, the pediatric doses of vaccines that the government of India procures and immunizes the entire children of this country, the babies born in this country. And you know what? 23 million children are born in this country every year. So we need to know what is the impact of the cost of healthcare that comes on to the government or to the country. Don't bother about politics and government. Think about the country. So we just can't, and that is just for children. And we can't neglect any child. A child is a child is a child. Rich or poor, it doesn't matter. The rich, the affordable ones can go to a private hospital and get their vaccines, but those who cannot afford these 12, 15 vaccines have to go to a public health center, to a government medical college or a government hospital where these vaccines are given free to every child born in this country. So that is the real strength of this country that we have to remember. We have to understand that many of you sometimes may overlook. I don't blame you for that, but I'm just saying this because I know this entire setting. And believe me, don't think that, oh, the private hospitals get a different quality and the so-called PHCs and the government hospitals get a different quality of vaccines. No, it's the same product again. There's no such thing as grade A and grade B and grade C when it comes to healthcare. The products are the same, manufactured by the same, in the same plant, by the same skilled technicians and bioprocess engineers, by the same microbiologists and biotechnologists and immunologists and virologists and so on and so forth. So don't ever think that healthcare products can be differently made for to serve different markets. What gets exported out of India is the same product. What comes to the government hospital is the same product. What goes to a private hospital is the same product. So the quality, ultimately the trust and the quality is something that is very, very crucial and important for us to make, so that we bring that consistency in our healthcare system to be of affordability and quality. It's very important, and also must be technologically on par with the rest of the world. If the US can do it, if Europe can do it, if Japan can do it, if Korea can do it, China can do it, then why not we? That was the thought process that triggered us to become entrepreneurs. That was the passion which drove us to take that step. So thinking out of the box, finding solutions for the problems that we face in our ecosystem. We can't look for somebody to come and hold a hand and take us to that, find us the perfect paradise and say that this is the best spot for you and take this and be happy. No, we can't be happy as well, because after a few years or a certain amount of time passing, we'll still get bored of that. So let us understand that we need to create, we need to build, we need to innovate. When 1 billion doses of vaccine, not 1 billion doses, when our demographics was 1 billion, 18 and above in this country, we are 1 billion. So when the government decided to vaccinate 1 billion of the population, then imagine, it was not just 1 billion, the 1 became times 2, it became 3 billion doses of vaccines, because each dose of vaccine for the pandemic had to be at least minimum of 2, and the booster shot was the 3rd dose, which was also recommended. So 3 billion doses of vaccine, can you imagine any other country in this world could have produced? Can you name one country? Please tell me. If one of you, the students, I would like to ask you, I know you're all engineering and you're all in the digital and data sciences, you're all computer engineers and all that. But I just want to ask you, can you think of one country in this world, in this planet, that could make 3 billion doses of a pandemic vaccine? No, there's no other country. India did it. India did it. We did it. So please understand that the challenge lies in not only breaking the technological barriers, but also ensuring that we can deliver and distribute to this vast population. The only ones that didn't get the vaccine was the 18 and under, because the government recommendation was not required, because vaccines in public health, it's all under the policy of the land. The Drug Act comes into play, what needs to be given. Every infectious and disease burden is different from the other. There is not one rule that will apply to all. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of a story. So these kinds of challenges had to be proven and done by being on the war front. I think that was important, but India could do it. We did not one, we did 2 vaccines. So we probably again became the only country to have 2 different platform technologies that made, manufactured and distributed through the government, of course, 2 different pandemic vaccines made out of 2 different technologies and processes, completely different. One was developed in Oxford, in London, and ours is the Indian vaccine which was made in India, completely indigenous. So we again stood up as a country to showcase to the world that we can do it, we can break technological barriers, and we can create innovation, we can disrupt processes and break cost barriers. That is very important, because a 1 billion population cannot afford vaccine at $30 a dose. Please, you can calculate the numbers. I would leave that to you. So this is how I think we need to think differently, act differently, be very rooted to our roots, to the ecosystem that we belong to the ecosystem that has given us this opportunity, to always stay connected, to be grounded, to take upon ourselves. Yes, we have self-interest. I don't deny that. We all have to. We have families to take care of. We have elders to watch out for, because they have sacrificed or they have done their bit. So as younger generation, as children, all of us have it. I take care of my mother even now. She's with me in Hyderabad. So it does not matter who we are and where we are. I think what is important is to be connected to the roots, to the ethos of the society that we come from, to learn from the ecosystem, to be grateful to the opportunities that we have had, to be extremely thankful to the mentors and the guides and the teachers and the faculty and all the role models that we look up to. You know, sometimes we don't even know them, but the amount of impact that they can create on us is just unimaginable. We cannot even go near them. We may have read about them, or we may have seen them on a TV screen, or we would have met them passingly, if possible, on the sidelines of a conference or a meeting or something like that. They would not have even had a few seconds to say hello to us. But the impact that these individuals can create in us is something mind-boggling. So just hold on to those thoughts if you can. Many of you will leave this campus, of course. All of you will leave this campus. Many of you will get into building more technologies. Some of you will become researchers, maybe take to academic learning, teaching. Some of you will create companies, startups. Why not? If I could do it 30 years ago, if Srini Raju Garu could do it 40 years ago, why not all of you today in 2026? I think it's easier said. It's easily done today with all the gadgets and technology that we have. When I came to India, I don't know, we didn't have a cell phone. India did not have a cell phone. I remember the first time we all got one in the late 90s. I still remember very clearly we paid 16 rupees a minute. Could be wrong, a little bit off here and there, but that was the first time. I think it was 98 or so, in that time frame before 2000. So there was no cell phone, there was no digital connectivity for us. There was no research, academic, industry partnerships at that time. The government labs were all working in their own, in their own campuses, under their own, comfort zones. Those of us in the industry could not connect mutually as well. So we had to break a lot of barriers. We connected with academic and research institutions. So it's very important to be a researcher, to continue to learn. Many of us may change directions many a times. So don't be close to that. Be open to that idea. Take U-turns, take left turns and take right turns and, you know, do all kinds of turns, but stay the course. I think that's important. In the US, there is a very common kind of, it's not a proverb, it's a good way of a teacher or a guide or a mentor. If you went to a US university, your guide will invariably tell you at least once during your interaction with her or him, he will say, get out of this domain knowledge. Go do something else. Go experience something different. Learn something else. You know, that's just to open up our eyes and our thought process and our minds to applied areas of technology or science or whatever the faculties that we choose to do. So this is a very, very common thing that we see in some of the countries where they ensure that they want you to go and do something differently than what you have learned or you have gone through in your educational system. So be open to that. Be open to changing directions, but staying on the course. You know, it will definitely be of use to you. Some of you may take to public health, some of you may become policy makers as well. So always remember this, life is not, you know, it's not going to be a straight-jacketed tunnel, and we are not going to be looking like this all the time. We just have to be open enough to look 360 degrees around us so that it helps us to become better, evolved, understanding, more knowledgeable, and more, you know, we can participate better in that way. Some of us will, you know, but always be curious. As I said earlier, keep asking those questions, positive questions, good questions, the right questions. Always be committed to your work, to your course of whatever you choose to do. Just stay committed. Look at that young girl who just won the judo match yesterday, or yeah, must be yesterday. How committed she should have been. She's lost her father 7 months ago, and she's brought a gold back to India. Isn't that great? Come on, go and look her up and think of her and see what she has done. She says, this gold is for my father who passed away 7 months ago. Just imagine the kind of determination and grit and strength that she should have had after losing her father to stay on course, to be committed to her goal that she had to represent the country first and then win a medal or not, that happens on the day of the event, right? So stay focused. Also be socially responsible. I would humbly suggest you to always be cautious of the society that we live in, because we are not different from the society that we are from, whether it is India or the country that we choose to live from. We are a part of that entire ecosystem. So wherever we are, be socially committed, be socially responsible. Technology is changing all of us in terms of work, in terms of applications, in terms of interdisciplinary collaborations and partnerships. You know all the buzzwords, I don't have to talk about it, whether it is artificial intelligence or biotechnology or in life sciences, digital health or clean energy, or the manufacturing itself, which is going towards more and more advanced and precision manufacturing. But the possibilities are going to be extraordinary for us. I think India at 100, India at 2047 will be mind-boggling to be a part of. I don't know how many of us on this stage will, if we are lucky, we will be there to see that. But I think those of you, the youngsters today who are graduating, the class of 2026, you will all be 20 years from now, you will be that torch bearers of India at 2047. I think that's the spirit with which we, the generation that is ahead of you, looks up to you to lead this country forward. And it is in your hands to achieve that kind of, you know, levels and goal setting for ourselves individually, but also for the country when in the, you know, in the global picture. I think we need to be that. We cannot deny our rightful place, but that comes only with commitment, hard work, discipline, and certainly long-term thinking and technology and adaptation of processes going forward. So most of the Western countries do these things very, very seamlessly. They have mastered that art, so they know that they can stay on course. But I think we need to also focus ourselves a little bit. We need to be sure that people matter wherever you go. Don't forget that, please. We are all a part of an ecosystem. I'm not standing here because I'm alone. I have 5,000 people with me working in the organization. If any one of them had said that they would not come to the facilities, or in a department of say 100 or 500 of them had abstained from work, we could not have made the vaccine. I can say that. Very confidently I'm saying this on a stage like this. Because every individual mattered. We had to distance ourselves. You know, COVID rules were very different. It was not the normal world. So everybody came to work. Everybody did 24/7 operations, which we do even now. That's a different matter. But during those days, there was no gender difference between the scientists and the bioprocess engineers and the technicians, and everybody came to work, including the packing division. Imagine packing billion doses of vaccine, millions of doses of vaccine in cold chain, 2 to 8 degrees. It has to be cold chain. It has to go to the airport, and then it gets airlifted, then goes to Assam or to the northeast or to Kashmir or to Kanyakumari or to Rajasthan or West Bengal. We wouldn't know, but it would just get shipped. So everything was done so meticulously because each one of that individual mattered, and they all came to work. That was important. Please understand that integrity is the most important thing as we progress in life's journey. Credibility and integrity, I think that cannot be replaced by anybody or with anything. Trust matters. Today, when I said earlier that global corporations come to India, is not because they like to look at my face or someone else's face, or what we wear and what we eat, but it is because that India can demonstrate that we can be trusted partners. Because today intellectual property rights are very, very, very important for every organization, whether it is in India or it is abroad. So I think that trust comes only when we can partner with global entities. Most importantly, and not at all the last one, quality. The quality that I said earlier, what we make for the government hospitals is the same, what we supply to the private hospitals are the same, what we distribute and export to the 125 countries outside of India is the same quality. Because we cannot change quality standards according to the countries or to the states. Okay? So let us understand that quality today has become it's a global parameter, and it's the same. So that is why when we make Toyota Kirloskar makes the Toyota cars in India, it has to be on the same standards of quality, and so like any other organization has to be the same as what the Toyota can make in Japan. So don't think that because it's made in India, it's anything less. So I think that will not go down. Those parameters will stay permanent for the organizations that have to keep that brand value going, because that's important for them. So let's be to the graduates again, as you walk through these gates today, remember that your degree is not simply a certificate or a piece of paper. It is the hard work of yourselves, of your parents, your families, your faculty, your institution that has given you this platform to go out as the shining batch of 2026. And please know that the world needs you. You are entering into becoming capable professionals. Please dream, continue to dream. Dr. Abdul Kalam would say this, dream, dream, and dream. That's all he used to say when we would meet him. beyond that, he would just say, keep thinking and keep dreaming. Keep doing something differently. Think of what we don't have in India. These are the kind of simple words. He would not give long lectures of anything else. Simple words. So connect to those words and dream boldly. Work sincerely. I said this earlier. Keep learning always. Don't close that. It's not the book. Learn from whatever you want to learn from. Doesn't matter. And most importantly, handhold others. Lift the people around you. Lift the society around you. Do something back to society. I think that's very, very innate in all of us as human beings, that we need to take care of ourselves, our social networks, and most importantly, today what is important is the environment that we are all a part of. We just cannot leave the environment to go somewhere. We are just custodians. We have to, somebody gave it to us. We are now passing through this environment, the nature that is around us. We need to hand it over carefully to the next generations. That is to you, and you will have to take it forward to your future generations. So please do that, and I'm sure each one of you will make India proud, will make this institution proud, will make your parents and families proud. I'm sure. I'm very positive. Like I said, I've gone back 10 years in my, in my biological age, standing here in front of you. I'm very positive of this, because don't set a permanent marker and say that this is what I'm going to do. Don't do that. Keep your mind as open as you can. Be ready to listen and absorb, and use it when you have to use it. Don't be pushed to do it also. Use it appropriately. The time will come for it. For everything there is a time cycle, and that will certainly give you that opportunity. The doors will open, the windows will open. People asked us, are you crazy? Can you do a vaccine in India? They asked us that. The bank said, we can't, are you crazy? You have come back from the United States, and what makes you think that we will write you a few crores to invest in the project, in the company? What's the guarantee? So don't get pushed back by those things. Things will happen, but credibility and integrity is a must. If you can demonstrate once that you are credible and your integrity cannot be questioned, then for life you are through. So that's the spirit that I think all of you as the graduating class today should have. Be passionate, be perseverant, be patient, sometimes be impatient. I like that word too. For the right things, not for the wrong things, okay? And always be persistent and try to perform. Performance is important, not perfection. Yes, ultimately perfection will also come on our side when we do all these things in tandem. With that, I just would like to wish you all the very best. I want the Almighty to bless you, to be with you, to take you forward, to be a source of inspiration, to come back to your, alma mater and be proud alumni of this institution. Come back, meet all your, seniors and juniors in the years going forward. Don't disconnect yourselves and be a part of this ecosystem that we are all a part of. I thank you, I thank the management, I thank each and every one who has given me this wonderful opportunity to open up my mind and heart and speak out to all of you, especially the youngsters. And don't forget the country. I think it is important that the country has given us this platform, and we will ultimately have to give it back to her. It doesn't matter in which way, shape or form, or what is the quantum of that we can give back to her. That doesn't matter, because she did not ask for anything. So we just have to give it back to her, and that's all. That's the best thing that we can do if we can, as we go through this journey of life, in gratitude to everybody who has helped us through this journey. Thank you so much. Vande Matram once again. Namaskaramuలు. Naku Telugu kuda vachu, కానీ నేను తెలుగులో మాట్లాడలేదు, ఎందుకంటే I didn't want it to be a Telugu lecture. I can speak in Tamil. Learn as many languages as you can. That's also the best thing that I think. The more and more your tongue can twist, I think the more and more your mind can also be, very sharp and focused as we go further. So thank you so much for this. Vanakkam. Nandri. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insightful convocation address, and thank you so much for taking us through the journey of your vaccines. It's inspiring when we talked about the power of curiosity, listening, and adaptation in life. Your words of wisdom and encouragement and being socially responsible and lifting the people around you will undoubtedly inspire our graduates as they embark on the next chapter of their journey. May I now request our director and chairperson to kindly felicitate our honorable chief guest, Padma Bhushan awardee, Ms. Suchitra Ella. May I now request the director to commence the proceedings for the award of degrees.
Dean Academics, please propose the number who have become eligible for the award of the various degrees of this institute at this convocation.
Sir, I propose that a total of 328 candidates consisting of 10 PhD degrees and 318 BTech degrees to be awarded in this convocation. I also propose that 260 candidates present be awarded the degree in person and the rest in absentia.
By the authority vested in me as the chairman of the Senate and director of the institute, with the approval of the Board of Governors, I shall award the degrees to all the candidates proposed by the Dean Academics who have become eligible to receive the degrees at this convocation. Dean Academics will present the candidates who have become eligible for the award of the PhD degrees, and the group heads will present those who have become eligible for the award of BTech degrees of these institutes at this convocation.
I hereby present all the candidates who have become eligible for the award of PhD degrees of the institute. Computer Science and Engineering, Imandi Raju. Matta Krishna Kumari. V. Anthony Gratas. Raghavendra Narayan. Yeragunta Sudarshan. Chinmay Mishra. R. Karthikeyan. Electronics and Communication Engineering, P. Hari Chandana. K. Durgesh. I invite the head CSE to present the Bachelor of Technology degrees in Computer Science and Engineering.
I hereby present all the candidates who have become eligible for the award of Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering degrees of the Institute. Abhiram, specialization in AI/ML. BTech honors in CSE, Aditya Pandey. Ashant Tanesh Sanjay. Bamiri Varshita. Biswajit Sahu. Bolineni Charishma. Manoj Verma. Shri Sai Kaushal. Jairam V. Sai Ananya. Krishna Pavan Kumar. Shashank Chauhan. Shri Raj. Satya Sai Ramesh. Tarun Karthik. Priyanshu Kushwaha. Dheeraj Yojit. Yojit Kaustubh. Sushant Kuril. Hima Sagar. Vinayak Anand. Shri Krishna Kartikeya. Mihir Chandra Loke. Chakradhara Shrikalu. Indira Kumar. Shanmati. Venkata Nirmala Hanisha. Gauri Shri Prabha. Jyotish Verma. Onik Daw. Abhishek Sahai. Adarsh Singh. Aki Dheeraj. Akshat Mathur. Akshaya Shri Padmanabhan. Jay Harshvardhan. Revan God. Amodini. Amulya Jain. Anish Vishwa. Gautam Teja. Tanush Reddy. Ram Gopal Reddy. Aryan Sharma. Ayush Singhai. Monish B. Balabhadra Somit. Balija Ritvik. Bamidi Akhil Sai. Vignesh Suryakant. Sai Handvi. Santosh Kiran. Satvika Reddy. Venugopal Reddy. Bhupati Dhanush. Bala Venkat Pavan. Bog Varapu Sonohar. Venkat Sai Jagannath. Sai Navadeep. Shri Charan. Jitendra Verma. Chaudhavarapu Chakradhar. Chukka Abhinav. Pavan Surya Kaushik. John Michael. Dharam Sashank. Dasari Sushrit. Deepak Jawar. Tharawat Nageshwari. Dinesh Pedinam. Dodi Patla Rushikeshwar. E. Abhishek. Varun Tayagarayan. Nag Venkata Nilesh. Venkata Dheeraj Chaudhary. Gerela Vamsi. Chaitanya Sai Akhil. Venkata Mani Harish. Guna Shekhar Veti. Himangshu Saraswat. Iruvuri Midilesh. Jonal Gadda Mamta. Joy Mirda. Sambi Reddy. Bhargav Reddy. Hemant Chakravarti. Mani Shankar. Kandukuri Sumit. Surya Manoj Badrinath. Venkata Sai. Katta Vivek. Kelangi Shivaji. Nitin Sai. Komati Shruti. Kondakindi Akshita. Varun Nagchandra Sailesh. Ritvik Kartikeya. Kunal Lokesh Babu. Chandrasekhar. Ram Dheeraj. L. Omesh. Tarun Kumar. Naveen Kumar. Nokesh. Venkata Sagar. Sai Rohit. Charan Gaur. Shri Dasari. Vantina Sagar. Leela Prasad. Rohit Yadav. Sai Kiran. Midun Yu. Venkatesh Naidu. Mure Mamata. Mutiyala Hiranmay. Dheeraj Satvik. Amulya. Yaneshwar Reddy. Sai Vinil Vardhan. Uday Kiran. P. Kaushik. Teja Shri. Nitin Sai. Venkata Sai Kumar Reddy. हर्षवर्धन, सतीश अनंतराव, परितोष तिगा, पार्थ विजय, पेदरेडला जशवंत, मानवित, सत्या अमृता राजा, श्रीनिवास राघव साई विवेक, मनोज कुमार, कौशिक, साई चेतन, वेंकटेश, प्रज्वल कुमार, वरुण हेमंत, रश्मिता, साई विकास नायडू, ऋषभ राज, रुद्र प्रताप सिंह, श्रीकांत कुमार रेड्डी, साहिल गोयत, साहिल सुरेश कसारे, साई अक्षता, साने लहरी, सत्यम, सौरभ पाल, सत्य संतोष, शागंती नंदिता, शेख मोयुद्दीन, शुभ तिवारी, सिंह पीयूष जितेंद्र, सोमन बोइना नंदीश, सर्व्याश्री, श्रीकर चतुर्वेदुला, श्रीनाथ कृष्ण कुमार, श्रीरंगम उमेश चंद्रा, सुदीप हल्दर, सुगाली ऋषिका, सुजल संजय, सुंदर आर, अभिलाष, Surya Sujit. Sushant Gadeyal. Suvan Sarkar. T. Abhinash. Dhruva Sai. Tarachand Rahul. Vihan Reddy. Venkata Siva Sai Kiran. Anudeep. Tushar Rana. Vaibhav Tiwari. Harshvardhan Reddy. Varshit Vempati. Vataya Vivek. Anand Chaudhary. Vatikonda Snehal. Vedant Rajendra Nikam. Sherwani. Venkata Siva Surya. Avinash Badgujar. Lakshmi Narsimha. Sai Kaushik Reddy.
I invite the head ECE to present the Bachelor of Technology degrees in Electronics and Communication Engineering.
I hereby present all the candidates who have become eligible for the award of Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering degrees of the Institute. BTech ECE Honors with Specialization in Data Science, Srijit Kumar. Suyash Tiwari. BTech Honors in ECE, Harshit Patel. Kavish Kumar. Kader Zahid Umar. Sri Nagafani Sharma Mokkapati. Sharan Karthik. BTech ECE with specialization in cyber physical systems, P. Harish Raghavendra. S. Murugan. Yashwant S. BTech EC with specialization in data science, Naganna Dorasastri. Unnati Agarwal. Harshavardhan. Yanasai Kolli. BTech ECE. Ashwin Sharma. Amit Kumar. Ankit Kuswaha. Ankur Raj. Ayush Kumar. Mahesh Datta. Vasavi Suma. Sai Sri Pranit. Muni Venkat. Jaswant Aditya. Bhumika V. Sri Sasi Kaushik. Neelavardhan. Challa Chakradhar Reddy. Devara Srigan. Dupana Gurumurthy. Embari Akash. Venkata Sai Krishna. Gurram Bhanuprakash. Harish Santosh. Himanshu Upadhyay. Hemant Kumar. Hemasundar Mastan Yadav. Kattepogu Satvika. Keshav Gautam. Sai Kiran. Kurupati Manoj. Maitreyan M. Mantri Varun Rakesh, Nisala Mahesh, Mohammad Khalid, Nitin Chandra Prasad, Nikhil Seth, Nagasai, P. Akshita, Sri Ganesh Venkata Ramanaidu, Bhaskar Fanindra, Tatte Srikanth, Vanavamsi, Kula Prakash, Harshavardhan Mahadev, Vedant Suresh, Rohan Ramesh, Banot Arun, Sai Kiran, Sujit Kumar, Banot Rahul, Banot Arvind Kumar.
I now request the director to deliver the charge to the graduates.
Graduates of the year, I charge you that in thought, word and deed, you will ever maintain the purity, dignity and integrity of your profession and honor of our institute. Dean Academics, please read out the names of the medal winners to this August Assembly.
I request the chief guest and the chairperson to award the medals to the medal winners. The Institute Gold Medal for highest CGPA in Computer Science and Engineering, Biswajit Sahu. The Institute Gold Medal for the highest CGPA in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Varun Mantri.
May I request all graduates to kindly rise for the Convocation pledge. May I now request the director to invite the graduates to take the Convocation pledge.
Graduates of the year, please take the pledge.
Now, Mr. Bishwajit Sagu will lead the graduates in the Convocation pledge.
We, the graduates and postgraduates of the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sri City, Chittoor, hereby pledge that we shall, in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties, that in all circumstances we shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of our institute and the nation, and that we shall devote all our energies to promote the unity and secular ideal of our country, and utilize our knowledge in the service of our nation and society.
Kindly be seated. Now, the registrar will present the degree register to the director and the chairperson for signing the record of degrees. May I request the chairperson to declare the convocation closed. Thank you, sir. May I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem. Please remain standing until the national anthem has concluded and the academic procession has exited the convocation hall.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
कंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां त्वयासनेन प्रश्वसितव्यम् श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया देयम् श्रिया देयम् ह्रिया देयम् भिया देयम् संविदा देयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्तविचिकित्सा वा स्यात् एतत्र ब्राह्मणाः संवर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः संवर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम्.
Thank you. Please be seated. The 10th Convocation ceremony of the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Sri City, has now concluded. We extend our heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates and our sincere appreciation to their parents, to our faculty members, staff, and everyone who contributed to making this occasion truly memorable. We now invite all dignitaries, graduates, faculty members, staff, parents, and guests to join us for the lunch. Thank you, and we wish our graduating class of 2026 every success in their future endeavors. Have a good day.